all in favor of guaranteed contracts, but it may be that on top of your typical guaranteed contract, some incremental money should be based on number of games played and, results of those games. I mean, that's how most industries work, where there's financial incentives, even among highly paid executives for performance.
A lot to unpack here. That was NBA Commissioner Adam Silver on the NBA load management topic. Now, Brian Windhorst is back with us, but Chris, I'm going to start with you. Does the NBA have a load management problem?
Oh, of course it does. It's a terrible problem for the league. I hate to keep on bringing up me as an example, but I'll bring it up.
All right, let's go.
Sirius XM is a subscription radio business. I sign a contract, I got to do a certain amount of shows. How about if I decide, and they pay to listen to you? How about if I decide, 1 week, I don't want to work this week.
Yeah.
I got a sore throat. Well, then how about all those listeners out there who can't listen to me because I decided that I've worked too hard, I want to take an extra week off? How about a guy who buys a season ticket for an NBA game and he has, say, the Heat coming in on the West Coast and Butler decides he doesn't want to play that day? That's a disgrace.
Or the family that saved up money.
Or the money to go see the big stars.
see the star.
And then they don't show up. And here's the biggest problem. What are you doing in your regular season? You are making 5 months of basketball the biggest joke in the world in the regular season.
Yeah.
If an NBA player says, you know what, I'll play 50 games, home court doesn't mean that much anyway, we can win a road game, I'll play when I want to play, what are you telling everybody as a fan? Not to watch basketball between October and April and I'll show up for the postseason? If they think the regular season is almost beneath them and it's not that important?
Yeah.
That's why Silver's so upset about this.
Yeah.
You got people who are paying a fortune to go to the games, TV commitments and everything else, and you got the big stars who decide on a whim, I don't want to play tonight, I got a hang toenail. Or when they put DNP, rest. What? Yeah. Rest. You're making $50 million. And Mr. Foxworthy, for you, okay?
Close enough.
Go look at the game log. Go look at the game log of your buddy there, Mr. Jordan. Find out how many games he missed in his career. Find out in the night when Sacramento came in January at Chicago Stadium on a 5-degree night, and it was 4 games and 5 nights. You know what? Jordan was in the lineup. Go look at Larry Bird. When Larry Bird wanted to play in the 80s and he had a bad back, he was in there every single game. Kareem!
Every time you start saying Larry Bird,
every year, every game.
When you say Larry Bird, I just expect you to say, "In a steal by Bird." Like, that's the voice that I hear every time. But you're doing a good job. Like, you walked right up to the right answer. They don't have a load management problem. To me, what they have is a greed problem. You are so close. So, to me, it sounds like a heroin addict saying they got an itching problem. No, you don't have an itching problem. It is a result. It's a symptom of you using that drug. In this case, the drug is greed. And so the problem is the regular season does not matter that much because 1, there are 82 games, 2, 16 teams, half of the league make it into playoffs, and then they add a play-in game on top of it. So what Adam Silver is doing, and Adam Silver and Mark Tatum, everybody at the NBA office are great, smart, thoughtful guys who I like very much, but we all have to understand that they work for the owners, and this is nothing. That press conference is about CBA negotiations in order to create pressure against the players to make them feel bad about what's happening. In actuality, the league needs to make a choice. The players are doing what's in their best interest, and we're a part of this ecosystem too. You know what? We heard earlier this week that only 5 players played all 82 games, and I guarantee you none of us can name them because none of us care. Because when we talk about NBA players, we don't talk about who plays the most games. We talk about who got the most rings. You know how you get most rings? By being healthy and ready for the postseason. So the reason why this upsets me so much is because we try to ignore the entire ecosystem that creates the dynamics and incentives that force players to do load management and then just jump on them and say that they are being selfish. When in actuality, 10 years from now, we're not going to count how many full seasons LeBron James had or how many full seasons KD had. We're going to count how many rings they won. So, fix the system. Don't consistently ask the players to compensate for the fact that you are too greedy to give up the things that you need to give up. That's all.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.